એ હાલો રે હાલો,
માયકાવાણી ચાલુ થવાની છે. ના તારી છે ના મારી છે, માયકાવાણી આપણી છે. ના તારી છે ના મારી છે, માયકાવાણી આપણી છે.
Maika Vani 90.4 FM.
हाय एवरीवन, मैं हूँ आरजे निशी
और मैं हूँ आरजे प्रगति
और हम आपके लिए लेकर आए हैं माइका वानी 90.4 एफएम की तरफ से आपका फेवरेट शो नॉर्मल एंड नेचुरल हर मंडे एट 6 पीएम। जिस तरह से हम आते हैं, हम आज फिर से आ गए हैं अपना घटिया समूह उठाकर आपके सामने।
पता है ये बार बार बोल रहे हैं हम, बट काफी मन था कि इस साल हम स्टूडियो में शूट कर पाए ये शो, बट जो है सो है। लेट्स स्टार्ट, शुरू करते हैं आज का शो।
तो प्रगति, जैसा कि हमने डिसाइड किया था कि आज हम बात करेंगे बुलिंग के बारे में, क्योंकि हम दोनों ने ये फील किया है, राइट, कि बुलिंग एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जिसके बारे में हम सुनते बहुत हैं, हमें बहुत सारे लोग अपने एक्सपीरियंस बताते हैं, बट देन फिर भी कोई इसके बारे में खुल के बात नहीं करता। लाइक इसको इसको ना लोग नॉर्मल, मतलब इसके बारे में बात करने को लेकर लोग नॉर्मल नहीं मानते हैं। लोगों को लगता है कि अच्छा, ये इसको इतनी इंपॉर्टेंस दी जानी चाहिए भी क्या, लाइक ऐसा है भी क्या, ये इतना इसमें क्या है, ये तो नॉर्मल है, बट ये नॉर्मल नहीं है एंड इसके बारे में बात करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट?
या एंड तू और मैं निशीना पर वी कैन ओनली टॉक अबाउट व्हाट बुलिंग इज या जो भी, बट आई थिंक द बेस्ट पर्सन वुड बी जिसने ये फर्स्ट हैंड एक्सपीरियंस किया हो और जिसने
राइट,
इसकी गो थ्रू करा हो एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ बुलिंग. सो लेट्स इनवाइट वंश नारंग on our show to talk about bullying and how he went about dealing with it. Thank you, Vansh, for coming to our show at such a short notice. Thank you so much. So let's start. Please share your experience with bullying in your past or in your life.
Um, I've actually had a couple of instances in my life. I've been kind of in and around the concept of bullying for a while in my childhood. So the part which I actually ended up writing about was this one year in United States. My dad had a assignment in Chicago, so we moved there in 2005 around August, I guess. Yeah, August. It was August, and we were there for a year. So I don't think at the time I even like knew what bullying or racism was. I wasn't even, I didn't even know कि वो concept क्या है. The people were just mean. मतलब ये करते हैं लोग, दूसरे को नीचे दिखाते हैं. They just अपने friends में boast करने के लिए या फिर just to look like someone who's cool or something of the sort. So yeah, so there was this particular person. He used to live in my neighborhood as well, and school में भी था साथ. So every time, every day almost, उसके लिए it was more of a game. Every time we got out of the bus, he would chase me, and then he would push me down, and then he would sit on me, or he would just beat me up, and बस उसका रोज का वो टॉम एंड जेरी था कि this is how I'll pass my time. And this went on for a couple of weeks, couple of months. I can't even exactly remember. It's just I have these memories of all of it happening, and the feeling of helplessness, वो डर, वो कि शिट अब मुझे फिर से भागना पड़ेगा. अब वो मेरे लिए मतलब एक मिशन सा बन गया था जो मैं हर रोज फेल कर रहा था कि मेरे को अपनी बस से उतरना है, एंड देन आई हैव टू रन टुवर्ड्स माय हाउस. एंड अगर नहीं पहुंच पाया तो मिशन फेल्ड, पहुंच पाया तो फिर से अगले दिन फिर से सेम राउंड. That essentially was what went down. I had friends, but it उससे इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ा. It was just one big bad bully. So yeah, that was kind of my experience in America. Later on, I kind of flipped it and I ended up becoming. So there was this position of a cyber captain in my school. So at the other side of it, trying to help kids who've been uh, like experiencing cyberbullying, and also it's that's a shitty space. It's a weird thing that we people do. So yeah, that's about it. I've had a couple of more smaller instances, but like that's the probably the first time when I was introduced or when I was bullied, and yeah, that kind of has effects on you. It changes you. It has long lasting effects on you. It's not always bad as well. I mean, I don't want to glorify it, but sometimes you're able to turn it around. So for instance, I'm not sure if it's turned it around as much for me, or it's just become a characteristic. It's like now I have a soft spot for people who are new. I'm more empathetic towards people who are having a change in their life, or it just has become because I can like totally relate to it. Yeah, so that's kind of what I
So when you
that's
said that you had made this a mission, like you said that, okay, you want to go to your home as fast as you can, and if you reach there, you win it. So this, would you say this was like a defense mechanism for you to deal with the stress that was coming with it?
uh not sure. I mean, it was so we kind of, when we don't want to deal with emotions, we kind of gamify things, I guess,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
gamify that particular thing. Even I don't think that worked either, though. Like I was still feeling like super helpless, super powerless, inadequate, kind of a loser. ये सब thoughts आते थे तब भी. So probably not a great defense mechanism, even if it is.
So did you try talking to your parents or friends about it?
Yeah. So everyone kind of knew, eventually at least. But so we were in a new country, and my parents were adjusting, and they didn't know what to do. And in a different country where तुम वहाँ के नहीं हो, तुम्हें नहीं पता वहाँ पे क्या होता है, क्या हो सकता है तुम्हारे साथ. Even my parents were scared कि क्या हो रहा है मेरे बच्चे के साथ, and all of that. And eventually summer came, and उसके बाद I had never, मतलब हम वापस जाना था उसके बाद, एक साल का assignment था. तो we just kind of blew it away कि ठीक है,
Are you
let's.
over the whole thing now, or does it still, like, you think about it?
I mean, I'm not having dreams about it, so I never did as well. But uh, I'm not sure if you're ever over it. It just becomes a part of you, I guess. Not necessarily always in a bad way or in a good way. It's just it changes you. It's like you are what experiences you've had. So it kind of like just molds you as
Yeah,
just another experience. Like, at least that's my perspective.
You just learn
yeah.
to deal with it and move on.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, just take it as something that happened. Not a lot you can do about it. I mean, that's what I've done, I guess, with it. So,
Like
yeah.
it changes you for good. Like you said that it has changed your perspective towards other people. Like जो नए लोग आते हैं या जो मतलब जो थोड़ा सा communicate नहीं कर पाए या जो changes feel कर रहे हैं तो इसकी because you have had this experience तो तुम बहुत ज़्यादा empathetic हो उनके लिए. Like this has changed you in that way. So yeah, it's good.
And it also led to like a lot of introspection. And I mean, later on when I ended up writing the book. So, I
What
guess
what book is this are you talking about?
so. It's called Friends, Bullies, and Pizza. It's available on Amazon. I wrote it two or 3 years ago, and yeah, so I had read actually a book. I don't remember what was the name. I was like, "हाँ मुझे भी hobby चाहिए. I want a hobby." And I was like, "अच्छा ठीक है." I googled what hobbies make money. So you can write a blog. The book seems interesting. So it seemed stupid to me. So I was like, चलो ये करते हैं. So
Yeah, so you poured it all out there about this.
yeah, and it took 6 months though, but it was an interesting process. So yeah, also it like looks good on the resume.
Of course it does.
So ये सब इतना scary लग रहा है सुन के, and it's like every single person has gone through at least one of these things at some point in their life. And but the saddest part is that you never know कि what's the right way to deal with this, right? So it becomes even more difficult when you have no way out of this.
Right. And पता है Pragati and Vansh, like it becomes really easy to say कि stand up for yourself and uh, take stand and like voice your opinion and all. But Pragati, like Vansh was 8 years old when he experienced this. Like 8 साल का बच्चा था वो उस वक्त. उस एज में ये भी नहीं पता होता कि स्टैंडिंग अप फॉर योरसेल्फ होता क्या है. हाउ कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट पीपल कि वो मतलब किड्स टू नो कि अच्छा ऐसा भी एक ऑप्शन है. बट द थिंग इज कि ये भी नहीं नेग्लेक्ट किया जा सकता कि अकेले अकेले इस चीज को डील करना इज रियली डिफिकल्ट. एंड स्पेशली इन दीज टाइम्स जब किसी को बुली किया जा रहा हो एंड दैट पर्सन इज super young to actually understand what is happening, it becomes really important that they get the support of their families and friends, because उससे ना एक strength आती है. And like Vansh ke case mein jaisa hua, like he has actually talked to his parents and then he had few friends like he already mentioned, and iski wajah se like maybe unconsciously but he must have got some strength, though he was an 8-year-old kid and बहुत ज़्यादा उस वक्त maturity नहीं होती है, but it helps somehow. And इसीलिए I really think in fact कि whenever you experience something of this kind, you should be like even if you are a kid, you should be open enough to express. तो इसीलिए बहुत ही early childhood से it's very important for the parents to inculcate this feeling that talk, like express everything that you are experiencing to us and do not hesitate. And this goes down like long way and it helps people to actually overcome their fear.
True, and childhood is a really tender age to having gone through stuff like this. So, I mean, I still remember what happened in my childhood, although I don't remember 2 साल पहले क्या हुआ था. So, yeah, so this stays. It's a very permanent feeling.
बहुत सही बोला यार प्रगति तूने. And in fact, I think हमने वंश के केस से इतना तो समझ लिया है कि how kids can actually, kids से ज्यादा उनके पेरेंट्स कैसे टैकल कर सकते हैं सिचुएशन को, एंड उनका रोल काफी इम्पोर्टेंट है. एंड सीरियसली लाइक आज बात करने के बाद ऐसा लग रहा है कि like just because Vansh came here and actually talked about his experience has actually helped us in conveying our thoughts to our audience. So Vansh, thank you so much for joining us today for the Normal and Natural show by My Kawani 90.4 FM. Thank you so much. And प्रगति और मैं बिल्कुल पढ़ने वाली हैं तुम्हारे बुक को, and I'm pretty sure हमारी ऑडियंस भी पढ़ेगी. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
और
पता है निशी, इट्स नॉट कि देयर इज ओनली वन टाइप ऑफ बुलिंग. ठीक है, बुलिंग भी बहुत सारी तरीके के होते हैं, पीपल ये सब अनदेखा हो जाता है. बट देयर आर सो मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ बुलिंग वी आर अनअवेयर ऑफ. एक तो है फिजिकल बुलिंग, जिसमें पीपल हिट अदर्स या फिर चोरी करते हैं, झगड़ा करना, मारपीट करना, जानबूझ के किसी की चीजें डिस्ट्रॉय करना, ये सब बेसिकली जिसमें फिजिकल वर्क इन्वॉल्व होता है ना, वो दैट इज फिजिकल बुलिंग. ठीक है, और एक आता है वर्बल बुलिंग, जिसमें लोग गंदी गालियां देते हैं, गंदे नाम से बुलाते हैं, रूमर स्प्रेड करते हैं किसी को, या फिर धमकाते हैं, चिल्लाते हैं, मॉक करते हैं, किसी के ऊपर हंसते भी है ना. दैट दीज आर ऑल पार्ट ऑफ वर्बल बुलिंग. फिर और एक आता है जिसको बोलते हैं रिलेशनल बुलिंग, जो वो एक अजीब काइंड की बुलिंग है, जिसपे यू यूज द रिलेशनशिप विद द पर्सन टू हर्ट देम. उनके सेंटिमेंट्स को हर्ट करने के लिए या फिर उन्हें चोट पहुंचाने के लिए तुम अपना रिलेशनशिप यूज कर रहे हो, कि वो जो रिलेशनशिप की वैल्यू होती है ना उस पर्सन के साथ, यू यूज दैट टू हर्ट देम. वो जब रिलेशनशिप की बात आ जाती है तो यू थिंक कि हाँ इट्स आउट ऑफ लव,
फिनोमेना है, नॉर्मल है, ये तो पार्ट है.
एग्जैक्टली. तो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ काइंड ऑफ बुलिंग दो. फिर तो अभी इंटरनेट के जमाने में दिस इज बिकम सो कॉमन, साइबर बुलिंग. इसके बारे में तो मतलब इट्स एवरीवेयर. तो साइबर बुलिंग तो ये ट्रोल करो, मीम बनाओ किसी के ऊपर जिसको मतलब जो हर्ट करे किसी को उस तरह के, या फिर कमेंट्स पे हो या कहीं पे भी. सो साइबर बुलिंग इज लाइक ऑल ओवर द प्लेस. साइबर हरासमेंट इज ऑल ओवर, साइबर स्टॉकिंग इज ऑल ओवर द प्लेस. सो it's actually happening abhi jab hum baat kar rahe it is happening to someone, I'm sure.
एक और चीज है जो बहुत ज्यादा एक्चुअली मुझे अनॉय करती है, वो ये है कि when you look at the post of all the celebrities ना, वहाँ पे हर पोस्ट पे तो तुझे एक कोई ना कोई ऐसे अटेंशन सीकर्स मिल ही जाएंगे जो अपने फेक नाम के साथ ऐसी छिछोरी हरकतें करते हैं, हमें अटेंशन दो, एंड व्हेन यू गिव देम द अटेंशन उनका पर्पस पूरा हो जाता है, उनको बस यही चाहिए कि लोग उनको मतलब बहुत चीप लगता है मुझे। इसके अलावा एक और चीज है, लाइक आई एम प्रीटी श्योर यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट दिस मॉबिंग और कलेक्टिव बुलिंग जिसे कहते हैं। लाइक ये तो मुझे और भी ज्यादा स्कैरी लगता है डूड। मतलब दिस लाइक एक होता है ना जब आपको पता है कि अच्छा इस इंसान से मुझे थ्रेट है तो मैं उससे ऐसे बच सकती हूँ। लाइक हमने अपने प्रीवियस गेस्ट के केस में देखा, देयर वाज जस्ट वन पर्सन हु वाज बुलिंग, बट जब आपको एक ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल बुली करने लगते हैं ना, तो इट बिकम्स रियली डिफिकल्ट टू protect yourself or to realize कि अच्छा अब क्या, this I am an individual and a group of people are standing opposite me and they are trying to threaten me, they're trying to bully me, and it's not like ये बहुत ही ज्यादा सिर्फ physical होता है, it's like an emotional abuse.
हाँ तूने सही बोला यार एकदम। और वंश के एक्सपीरियंस से वी एक्चुअली गॉट टू नो कि these all are not in your head, this actually happens and it is happening as we speak also. So let's
Right.
call our next guest to hear his share of life experience with bullying and how he dealt with it. So inviting Kaibalya Mohanty on our show to speak about his experience. Thank you, Kaibalya, for coming to our show, for making the time to come talk to us. So we would love to have you express your thoughts about how you've experienced bullying in your life. So please go ahead.
So, it was one of my birthdays actually. So, when I woke up, I saw a Facebook post, and this person had actually posted a meme about me. And the meme was like basically a normal general meme only. And but I didn't feel bad at first, like why he had done it, or I took it casually. Okay, fine, it's a meme, it's a birthday, they will roast me and all. But then suddenly, what happened? That throughout the entire day, there were like around 10 to 20 memes posted about me for every hour. It was going on like that and like that. And those memes were mostly filled with my bad photos and kind of like I can say also even racist photos, like because I'm kind of black and all. So uh, he had posted such kind of photos of mine, and then in the end, I was having a party in my house in the evening. So all of them had come, like few of my friends, and that person was also there. So I actually asked him to like stop, to remove all those photos from Facebook, because Facebook is a very huge platform, and all my family members and my everyone was there, my entire friend circle. But then he told me that he won't do that. And I told him that, okay, if you won't do that, I'll just remove the post from my wall entirely. So I did that. I removed entirely from my wall. But what he did, that he again posted those same photos at that very moment, and the entire thing again he posted, and again he tagged me, and he told that it has to stay on Facebook like forever, kind of thing. And then they all kind of had a laugh, my friends and all. So I felt really bad. Then when I came out of my room to the party area, then I'm seeing also my brothers and sisters who are on Facebook. They are also seeing those photos, and some of them are laughing, some of them are asking. So I didn't really exactly feel good about that on my birthday, seeing all these things that happened. And so that was one of the incidents that had happened that day. And then we were on a trip for, like, after a few years, we were on a trip. And so it was kind of actually a getaway trip from the college stress and everything. So four of our friends had gone. And so I just wanted to have a quality time with my friends and like do enjoy and all. But that person was also there. And in the entire trip, he kind of like shut me up every time I spoke anything. Like even if someone will ask a glass of water, even if I'll ask a glass of water, he'll make it some of it, like making fun of it. Even if I'll ask for time, he'll make fun about it. It was like everything. It was getting heights. And during those 5 days, I felt so bad. Like I was like, why did I even come to this trip? There were two other friends there who kind of supported me and told him to to back off and to ease it up a little bit, but he never really did listen to them. Then after so like these were the two pretty much big incidents that had happened. But when I came back to my college, and I realized that this was not the first time. It was throughout, for past 6 years. It was a kind of pattern of thing that had happened, and every time this person had joked about me, about anything that I have done or have made. So it was like I haven't stopped him ever, and I really never cared about it. But those 5 to 6 days was like I was there with him for 24 into 7. So it was like felt to me a really bad. That time, most of the time, we weren't like that around each other. So I was like, no, this is getting really heights about it. And so I kind of blamed myself that why I did not stop him from the beginning. That if I had stopped him from the beginning, something could have, like, he extended to so much. So these were pretty much both the incidents that had happened. Yeah.
I was trying to ask you that, was there anyone present in that situation when there were like a group of people trying to bully you? So was there anyone present over there, like who saw, and any person with whom you could talk in that moment?
No, I couldn't actually. And the first incident, I couldn't actually talk to anyone because everybody was having a good laugh about it. And like, uh, they were having a pretty much big laugh about it, and I couldn't really talk to anyone about it. And I kind of ignored it. And it was there inside me for a quite long time. And all these things that had happened to me for in the period of like 2012 to 16, 2012 to 18, it had kind of like demotivated from me from inside, because I used to think that I'm not that good looking or that attractive enough or that smart enough to talk to anyone or to approach anyone. Because whatever I used to get to do, I used to get demotivated about by him specifically, that like he's cutting me out from everything. So, and not entirely like there were one or two friends, but they were also kind of ganging up on me with him. And they till the last trip, nobody ever actually stood up to him, like for me. And so that was like in the last step, when in the last trip, when two of my friends kind of stood up. So after that I realized, no, I should stop this, like I should make a stop to it. Right after that trip only, I kind of gave him an ultimatum that if you don't stop doing these things, then I don't think we can be friends anymore. And and after that I didn't talk with him for like a year or so. With him and with one or two friends also more, like I didn't talk with them for like a year. And that was like the biggest, like one of my biggest things that I have done, like not to stop talking to such close friends of mine. And I felt somewhere that he understood about it, like what he was actually doing to me and how he was demotivating me and all. So he then right away, like he felt sorry and he was apologetic towards me a lot. And then after that, we are now pretty much good and great, and there has not been any kind of issues like that ever right now.
Basically getting disconnected from this person for a while and making him realize ki whatever he did jo usne kiya, that was wrong. That was
Yeah.
that could be a possible solution to deal with a situation like this, where the person who's bullying you is actually a very close friend of yours, isn't it?
The most important thing is ki the other person should actually understand that he is doing wrong. He should understand that. And sometimes if he doesn't understand, we have to make him understand. Like we have to tell him that you are doing this wrong, because if he's such a close friend, and if they don't understand, then who else will? Because if it's a stranger or anything, we can just like whatever he says, we can just ignore it and we go get on with our lives. But he has been a part of my life for uh, I guess 18 years, 20 years. He has been a part of my life so much. So that thing coming from him was kind of demotivating for me.
Right.
But now it's all good. It's great now.
So, would you like to tell a word of advice to the people who will be actually going through something like this? Or, like, if it had happened with you at this age, like where you're right now, would you be able to deal with it better and how?
So I actually never thought that this is also a form of a bullying. Like this, what should be even called as a bullying, I didn't thought, because he was my such a close friend, and I didn't even know that okay, he's doing this to me. And the most like I feel like the important solution here can be key to standing up to yourselves. And the more we stand up, like the more we express ourselves, that what we are feeling to the other person, like to someone of our other close friends, and if they understood us and if they support us that okay, you should do this so that the other person should realize about it, then I guess you can make a stop to this. But there is not really a concrete solution to anything like that. And so that's how you pretty much deal with it.
Kaibalya, from your story, I got to learn a lot of new things. I mean, अब तक मैं यही सोचती थी कि जब भी कोई bully होता है तो one should stand up for themselves and share their experience. अब तक मेरा notion यही था, but अब पहली बार मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये जरूरी नहीं है कि सबको ये पता चल जाए that they are being bullied. Like हर बार ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आप बुली हो रहे हो एंड आपको पता है कि आपको यहाँ पे अपने लिए स्टैंड लेना है, आपको एक्सप्रेस करना है। बहुत बार आपको पता जब नहीं रहता है, तब जब आप एक्सप्रेस करते हो ना कि आपके साथ क्या हो रहा है, तो मे बी जो पर्सन जिनसे आप बात कर रहे हो, दे कैन एक्चुअली हेल्प यू आउट इन टर्म्स ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि नो, दिस इज अ फॉर्म ऑफ बुलिंग and you need to take stand for yourself, you need to express yourself, you need to express that you're not liking it, you need to take such like. And thank you so much for joining us and actually sharing your experience with us, because it's actually going to benefit a lot of people out there. Thank you so much, Kaibalya.
Thank you. I know it takes a lot of courage to come and talk about experiences like these, but thank you so much for doing this for us and the audience who's hearing us, listening to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me this platform to even speak. Well, this is the first time I have spoken out in this kind of public platform, and a very few close friends just know about this. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. The show has come to an end, but we hope so does bullying with it. I would just like to say कि if you're bullying someone, it leaves a permanent scar on them. So be a good human being and stop it.
And एक और चीज है, like if you're being bullied ना, don't keep quiet. अगर कुछ नहीं तो talk to someone whom you trust and you can rely on. I think with this we would like to close our show, and we really hope that you guys enjoyed our show and you guys learned and actually felt how it feels like to be on the other side of the table. And yeah, I hope it helps. एंड लाइक वी ऑलवेज से, हम हर हफ्ते आएंगे और नेक्स्ट मंडे फिर से आपसे मिलेंगे आपके फेवरेट शो नॉर्मल एंड नेचुरल में, माइका वानी 90.4 एफएम की तरफ से, हमारे माइका का कम्युनिटी रेडियो स्टेशन। बाय
Bye.
Maika Vani 90.4 FM